Battlefield Bad Company was released in 2008 exclusively for consoles. Since then, the Battlefield franchise has gone from strength to strength until becoming one of the most popular shooters of all time. But is this older installment still fun to play today? Battlefield Bad Company, is it worth it? Battlefield Bad Company was the first Battlefield title to feature a full character-driven storyline. The single-player portion of the game features 7 chapters that will take the average gamer about 7 hours to complete, depending on their chosen difficulty setting. You play as Marlowe on his first day with his new squad in the US Army's expendable unit B Company. With the exception of one section, you spend the entire campaign in the company of your squad and their devoted attempts to get rich quick by stealing gold from mercenaries.
There's gold in them hills!
Your squad is a mix of goofy, stereotypical characters that keep the game light-hearted throughout, even during serious story moments and intense warfare. This can sometimes be entertaining with the occasional witty one-liner, and seeing Haggard and Sweetwater playing rock, paper, scissors in the background during mission briefings is sometimes worth a cheap laugh.
Okay, guys, am I the only one starting to get cold feet about this? Yep. Embrace the suck, sweets. Embrace the suck.
Some of the themes tackled in the game's narrative are quite controversial, so the game's light-hearted attitude throughout often feels out of place and can simply get annoying and detract from the overall drama of the game.
You want to stop the US advance? Wouldn't that be like treason?
I'm not saying stop it. I'm saying hold it off for a while.
The gameplay in the single player is functional, but not exceptional. Bad Company was the first game to feature the DICE-developed Frostbite game engine. You won't get blown away by incredible looking graphics like in Battlefield 3, but you can still enjoy tactical destruction, dynamic lighting, and HDR audio. This technology is put to good use in large sandbox environments that allow you to tackle most objectives from multiple angles. This freedom is refreshing when compared to other games that force you through missions in specific routes with heavily scripted events. The single player is however not up to scratch in many aspects when compared to other military shooters. There are plenty of different guns to play around with, but you can only carry one at a time. This means that using sniper rifles, shotguns and submachine guns is almost pointless, as they are only useful in certain situations. The single player is also too easy, no matter what difficulty you choose. It features a spawning mechanic similar to what you'd expect in a multiplayer match, meaning that all death and destruction remains after you die. This, in combination with large areas being skippable by simply rushing through and ignoring the enemies, means that you're unlikely to feel challenged. The game overall looks good, but a grainy filter, small field of view and misty levels reduce the draw distance and make it difficult to see enemies at range. The game feels like a co-op feature would have fit perfectly and gone a long way to improving the campaign experience. But unfortunately, no cooperative modes are available. So the single player falls short of expectations, but it will set you up nicely for what Battlefield Bad Company is all about: the online multiplayer.
Charges are fire in the hole. Sniper!
Battlefield Bad Company has 12 maps including the free DLC, and 2 game modes. You can either play the classic Conquest game type, where 2 teams battle over capture points to drain the other team's spawn tickets, or the attack and defend game type Gold Rush.
Charges defused.
Gold Rush is very similar to the Rush game mode that's seen in more recent Battlefield games, and sees 2 teams either trying to defend or destroy crates of gold. Multiplayer games will feel instantly familiar to anyone who has played more recent Battlefield games. especially Battlefield Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 1943 borrow many of the models, structures and sound effects, making Bad Company 1 sometimes feel a little too familiar for people that have played its sequels. Games have a brilliant sense of scale, with massive maps, a max player count of 24, and land, sea and air vehicles all drivable. In the right conditions, games feel like intense battles, but a number of flaws and balancing issues holds the game back from reaching its full potential. Team killing is always enabled, meaning that you will regularly be killed by griefers, people after the powerful artillery gun or vehicle you're in, or by accident from grenades, airstrikes, or getting run over in a crowded spawn area. It is easy to place the blame on the teammate that killed you, but ultimately it's bad design that allows people to play like this. Health does not regenerate, and only 2 of the 5 classes are able to heal themselves. This makes teamwork essential, which can be a big issue when playing online without a squad of friends. Other exploits such as staying at the back of the map and firing RPGs at the enemy's gold crates, or camping the other team's spawn to farm kills, can ruin games. Games will more often than not be completely one-sided, with the losing team's players quitting out. This is especially so in the Conquest game mode. These problems are a shame, as tight controls, award-winning sound design and huge battles would have otherwise made Battlefield Bad Company one of the best shooters of its time.
Enemy has a new base of operations. Fall back!
So the campaign will keep you entertained for the 7 or so hours it takes to complete, but will then be instantly forgotten. And the multiplayer has potential for explosive large-scale warfare, but is ruined by a number of exploits and glitches. Most of these issues are fixed in the game's superior sequels. This means that it might be wise to skip Bad Company and go straight to more recent instalments of the Battlefield franchise. Because of this, Battlefield Bad Company isn't worth it.
Harsh, but fair.